Welcome, Akshay. We'll have some interesting conversation. So this is for our audience. So I really hope that you enjoy the conversation. So there is one terminology in Hindi which we call it beta pehle settle ho jao. So I'll convert this for my English audience that in Hindi or maybe in India we say that whenever you are trying to buy something at the time parents always say that you just like get a good job or maybe like buy a house, then only you can think of some other things. But AI has actually broken that lie. So what do you have to say on to that, Akshay?
Definitely, Rupinder. You have tried to say that mainly. Today, one AI update changes the careers.
Yeah,
One new tool changes the entire industry.
right.
Someone with 15 years of experience can wake up on a Tuesday and find out the experience matters less than it did on Monday. So the
Hmm,
question I wanted to sit with the next 40 minutes isn't should you settle? The question is, does anyone actually feel settled right now?
hmm,
So is it something that I feel very astonished for me, like finding that the settlement we have been waiting for does
hmm,
not exist right now? What has been waiting for? Like because what I feel that majorly the settlement that we were talking prior, right? The major aspects has changed that borderline. And if you run with the settlement thought process, maybe in the 60s also you'll be finding it
hmm.
very hard to get into that place. But it does not, like, that's where I feel that the you should start enjoying the life and try to look into it, because 50 years in the line and you have 30 years of experience, still you don't feel settled because things are changing so dynamically.
Right. Cool. Yep. Thank you so much for giving this insight. And me and Akshay have basically connected over LinkedIn, and then we had a lot of conversations which were very insightful for me as well. And he was also exploring a lot of things, so we had very interesting conversations. And then I came across one point, Akshay, that you basically worked in Microsoft for like very less time. It was just 1 year and 2 months. But people tend to have that thinking that I want to work at a big tech company for a longer run. So I just want to understand what was your viewpoint at that time when you left it, and like where you are working right now.
Thanks a lot, Rupinathan, for asking. It was a tough decision for sure. I'll let you know. It was something very interesting story, to be frank. So everyone has a dream company like Microsoft, and they want to be there for a longer time, and they
Hmm,
want them. So things have been very good, and we want to learn and everything. But when you look into the overall, the AI world has changed that myth for me. So
hmm,
when I joined Microsoft, the things were very much clear in terms of like, oh, I'll be here for settlement, and I'll try to actually grow here. And I feel like, and I'll tell you that interesting fact. When I got Microsoft, and I had got one more company, which
hmm,
was also a tech-based company, but like my mother said that at least right now settle down, कोई आपको like they'll say that okay fine, at least we need to find some bride for you.
hmm.
So Microsoft is good on your profile. So
Yeah.
let's take, maybe they, for them the settlement was about that company saying that okay fine, this they are attached to it. And
Hmm.
it was interesting saying that okay, maybe after a year and a year odd, that when people thought like okay fine, Akshay, right now you are finally settled,
Yeah.
things have been there, and you are in the best company, you have done the I am code education, you have in the top of your career, things were there. And suddenly the AI boom came. Microsoft started investing in AI, billions of dollars into OpenAI. Things were booming. Then the reorg happened within Microsoft, and
Oh,
things were
okay.
getting in such a way that everyone are going to AI and they want to invest into AI. Other parts look very lucrative,
Hmm.
saying that okay, fine, do should we have these units, or how you are actually planning to be investing on it. And then I observed one interesting thing. When the teams were getting laid off,
Oh,
things
okay.
were out and let go, saying that okay, fine, things are like right now it's only AI world sort of thing coming on.
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
That was an eye opener for me that okay, settlement is not that company that I should think like it's my dream company. I
hmm.
settled in my place. I have a good salary package sort of thing. Now AI made that line little farther.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then I felt at that point of time, let me just relook into it. Now I
Hmm.
have to start from zero.
Again,
It's
yeah.
like and place where I want to learn. So I've taken a tough decision at that point of time when things were moving out of my hand. I thought like let me regroup and try to see
Mm-hmm.
where I have this AI learning going on as a AI product manager. Then I joined into the next firm where I was actually an AI product manager. We are building some next gen AI solutions, and
Mm-hmm.
I watched on the idea, if I can say. It's more
Got it.
related to having workflow automations. How do you actually have no code? How do you build it? So that then I felt like this is the place I would like to be there. And I could, if I can say, right, there is a word in Spanish and French that can you bet on it? Your
Yeah.
$1. So it's mainly not saying that you have to bet that, but it's more like, can you bet your life there? So I thought
Right.
like, let me take that chance, like saying that if that is the opportunity I had, I'll take an opportunity there. I have a easier walkthrough, but
Mm-hmm.
I thought like maybe easier walkthrough of having settled down in a specific company always make you laid back and you'll not able to learn and someone else will be taking forward from there.
Got it.
So that was a decision that is there, and I say that was my toughest decision to be frank, and
Mm-hmm.
but that was a fortunately a great decision,
Yeah.
and there are a lot of stories that happened after that that we'll be discussing.
Cool, cool. Okay. So like you mentioned, you are right now working as an A product manager. So can you please give like a very short in overview kind of like what are the, like day-to-day roles and responsibilities, what people actually don't know, all the aspiring product managers who actually want to go into this AAPM role. So can you please share some insights on that?
So, Rupinder, I think I would definitely say myself as a more like a data product manager because at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, when we start with the data,
Mm-hmm.
then you can actually go understand the value of AI sort of thing,
Right.
AI
Yep.
automations, workflows, and other things. So the title of mainly like being an enterprise product manager, AI product manager, or maybe you can say data AI product manager, irrespective of title, right? It's about your day-to-day activities, how it has been impacted.
Mm-hmm.
Before I jump into this, I wanted to just end on a couple of things like
Mm-hmm.
in my overall decade of experience, I had like 3, 4 layoffs that happened,
Oh.
and every time when there was a layoff or maybe some decisions that have been taken, I feel like right now people are getting laid off after like maybe if I can say it's more, mainly like it's you're listening like Microsoft is laying off like maybe like 15,000 people, Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
and like being a bright chaps like maybe from IITs, IIMs, or maybe from different big universities, and you have worked very hard. I always felt this one aspect at the back end of mine saying that okay fine, how much you might work, it's okay, but at the end of the day it's always about trusting yourself, that that decision of like someone not valuing it because that is just a number in his balance sheet that you are there, it's not Akshay. So
Mm-hmm.
your number cannot be a your worth at the end of the day. So that is the reason why always I try to invest on myself first, trying to say on the learning. And this was a journey that I would like to share with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like before we enter into AI product manager, actually I started my journey with tech, then went into IAM Code, then I started with sales, and I started with the traditional sales of real estate, built into corporate strategy, wherein L&T, and then I went into the corporate strategy, building 400, 500 crores projects in terms of launching them. Then
Mm-hmm.
I thought like, let me get into the customer pain point because in sales, you're talking to customer, but
Right.
I wanted to see like, how can I actually use my services knowledge also into the customer? Then I went into consulting in EY, then into product in Microsoft. Then we came into the AI boom, came into picture. So what is the things that I've learned is like title does not matter at
Mm-hmm.
first one aspect, but it's more about your day-to-day work that you do it and how you are keeping it. If your current role is not allowing you, at least do something that helps you to get that place.
Mm-hmm.
So that helped me out. And right now, as a AI product manager on the day-to-day basis, right, many things have been like mainly understanding that talking to customers, like understanding that if the actual feature is helpful or not, looking into evals models and trying to understand. And I personally say that 50 to 60 percentage of the work will be your mundane work of stakeholder management.
Mm-hmm.
And as a product manager, that is going to be truth that you need to accept it
Right.
because you have been paid for the pressure. And if there is no pressure in your work and there is no, then I think the
Yeah.
product manager is at the place of absolute, because the place where you have any rigidness from stakeholders like clients within your team or different places, that is a place where you learn a lot and you can show the product manager value. And that is a place where everyone want to build all, like
Mm-hmm.
saying no is the
Yep.
best part on this one. But as I said, It will be more like a team scrums that I attend in the mornings. Then we look into the customer testimonial. We try to have a dashboard to understand the overall how many clients have been trying to onboard, how many are trying to cancel, trying to understand the reasons, and also looking into the roadmaps and how do we actually look into there.
Got it, got it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, specifically talking about like what has changed from a traditional product manager, and now you work into this data AI product manager role. So, what is that one big change you can see that AI is bringing in the work of product managers, or maybe like the other way around, like how product managers' work is getting impacted or improved by this AI technology?
Very, very interesting question, Rupinder. Like, so where I would always say this one, like mainly like when I had this doubt initially,
Hmm.
saying that what is the exactly difference that's happening, the life cycle is remaining same, like
Yep.
ideation, planning, then you reiterate testing, and then you go into the customer, and then you reiterate the loop. But I always say that the major thing that is changing in the overall cycle is like the amount of time that you take. See, right, previously I used to handle one product, right now we are handling two, three products,
Hmm.
and we are trying to see like how this complete journey can be faster
Hmm.
with the overall process. Now, for example, let's say if you're trying to write a testimony, right, understand a customer pain point, you have a lengthy of 40 minutes of conversation that
Hmm.
had.
Yeah.
Now you can actually synthesize into understanding the right pain points,
Got it.
then trying to ideate with LLMs and trying to understand it. And also, like, there are two types of product managers. I always say that one is like AI powered product managers, where are more like AI is like an enabler. One
Hmm.
is like building AI altogether, like agentic.
Right.
So one of my mentor always said me like saying that irrespective of product, today it might be like yesterday it is AI, today it's agentic, tomorrow it might be some BI or
Something else.
CI
Yeah.
coming in picture.
Hmm.
But your core thing, product sense, product thinking, and how you actually look into solving the customer first approach and talking to it, that does not change.
Hmm.
So the
Right.
majorly the tools are changing, where you have to use the different AI tools to make sure the overall process is smooth. On the top of it, like maybe I've tried to talk about 2 minutes, but if I can say like two sentences, what has
Hmm.
changed completely? The overall aspects of AI product managers, like your overall thinking of using AI at different places of, like if you are at a different stages of product, you have to try to understand that how can you make faster with
Right.
increased productivity. And if you are able to build an AI product, for example, this is something I discussed with one of my friend regarding evals. Like
Hmm.
obviously we should not like evaluate a model because we take a lot of time building it. Now the models are building getting faster, but evaluation is important.
Right.
So you learn in day to day thing is like even the evaluation when you're doing with AI, it can do wrong. You
Correct.
can't trust it. So now the human in loop,
Hmm.
human above the loop is important, and that is place where AI product manager comes, where you are the part of human in loop. Products, everything can go wrong. That is a place you come in and you
Yep.
try
Yep.
to identify it prior.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, Akshay. So I think this will bring a lot of clarity to our audience. And for the people who are actually trying to break into a product management, this will help them understand how AI can be useful in the day-to-day work and other aspects. So I just have a follow-up question on that part. Like you mentioned, you're working with various tools. So my first question is around like what are the different AI tools that you utilize for thinking, research, or addition part? Do you have any specific set that you follow?
Definitely. Regarding the AI tools that I follow, there are a lot of AI tools that we use according to the requirement part of it. So let's understand that very detailed one when we are
Hmm.
looking into it. Just think in this one. So there is no fixed tool I
Hmm.
follow.
Yep.
I usually choose based on the use case. For thinking and structuring ideas, I use the LLM tools like Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini. We have different things. For researchers, I prefer Google, official documentation, and technical forums. So I can verify the information. For coding or implementation support, I use the tools like GitHub, Copilot.
Hmm.
My approach is to use AI for speed and direction, but always validate the output before applying. Many a times I've seen this happening with us. Like for example, when you are actually writing an email, you just copy paste into the chat bot and you get output and you paste it.
Yep.
Neither you are reading it, Like it might be garbage in, garbage out. And the other person is also doing the same way, that they copy and paste to chatbot saying that what you want to meet.
Yep.
So you're saying it right. At the end of the day, the context matters. So you, if you are able to get that context on a day one, like even though it's not about how lengthy the email is, like what is you want to communicate in two, three sentences. So the crispness matters. So apart from this, there are like n number of tools that I use in day to day one. Like in terms of like designing, I try to use like dashboarding, I use Miro. Designing, I use Figma and VI, like V01.
Hmm.
We have v0.dev, and also we have Claude Design, which we use it. So don't chase the tool. You'll never get into like I have this philosophy which I say tool is the means of just to solve your problem.
Correct.
So the goal is not to chase every new tool, but to understand the problem deeply. So as a product manager, many a times people directly jump into solutioning.
Hmm.
So first you understand problem deeply, then pick the right tool for the context. Tools will keep changing, but the first principle thinking like validation, clear communication stays constant. That is the approach I follow, and I would advise many people to look into that. Like tools should enhance you. That you can't say that I am perfect on this, especially like someone would say to me like Akshay, I know Miro, but if you stop at Miro, there are like very good tools coming on. So I want to say that what are you doing with Miro?
Hmm.
That's something you can replicate with other tools.
Got it. That's a good point that we first of all we first of all have to understand what exactly we want to achieve with the tool, because right now in the market there are a bunch of tools that are coming daily, and like they are just building on top of the previous tool that exists. So I think a lot of advancements is happening. We just have to understand our pain point, and then based on that we can pick up any tool. That's a very good point, Akshay. I think you already covered about the prototyping part, like you mentioned you use cursor and use V0 Versal. And then one more question I have is, like, since you are into the data product manager space, basically into the AI, so what kind of analytics or data tools that you use, that you actually run on your day-to-day job?
So here you have to understand there are a couple of things. Like many a times because I also take some mainly like free mentoring sessions for the people so that they have actually get into that.
Hmm.
So so here you have to understand there are like in day-to-day work, I usually operate in three layers. First is about querying and validating, where we actually use SQL to very heavily to pull data, slice
Hmm.
trends, and validate the hypothesis, which can be automated using the dashboard. Which is the second level, which is reporting and visualization, where the work is like Excel, Tableau, or Power BI, which depending on the company stack. Now comes the third one is like product analytics, where I used like in terms of like we have amplitude to understand the user behavior. We have first post. We have different tools look into the retention, conversion, or drop off points and things. So the tools might change in different ways, but you have to understand there are a the important part which I have to say is like first is about querying and validation.
Hmm.
Second is reporting and visualization. Third is the product analytics, which the PM is very important in. The querying and validation is something your engineering can help you out on it.
Right.
Reporting and visualization is a mix of engineering and PM to tell what type of visualization is required for the management. Third one is the product analytics. What do and this is an interesting take which recently I wrote in the LinkedIn also. Like for example, there was a product like this has happened with one of known person, so that is the reason I've written. So AI was predicting a churning of customer, and it predicted on Monday
Hmm.
that saying that this person would be leaving the company, and because of the specific trend, and
Hmm.
Friday the customer already left.
Oh.
So now the point is that did AI is wrong? No, AI
Hmm.
is right.
Is right.
But did AI help? Actually, no. Reason why like for example, if it would have highlighted this signals prior a month
Hmm.
saying that this customer is looking to churn, can we do something? It is a proactive approach.
Hmm. Right.
Like right now, AI tools and dashboardings are more like a reactive approach.
Hmm.
What's happening reactive is like something happened in that, okay, fine, the usage has dropped, and overall like for example customer stopped replying to you. It's like understanding the pattern and saying that okay, this customer is going to be churned.
Yeah, yeah,
It's already late.
correct.
What could be done better is like proactive approach of understanding the problem, understanding the triggers, way to give it so that there is a some threshold to work on it. That could be as simple as like understanding that okay fine, there is a specific client problem that has been raised and not been resolved for 2 months.
Hmm.
Now telling them saying that in case you are not able to address this, the same customer, there is a highly probable that around
Turn off,
70%
yeah,
chance he might leave. Or
correct.
you might highlight saying that how critical it is to the customer, maybe giving them a feedback on a regular front,
Hmm.
making them a visible. Maybe that customer might not have left if they would have solved prior, but it was not, AI did not trigger it when it was required. It triggered at
Correct.
the end of it. So the
Right.
dashboarding tools or AI should not be for reporting purpose. I feel AI should be used mainly for making sure the patterns are observed prior to it
Right.
proactively so that the person, like, as I always say, right, it's more related why I said this all things, like if you're using AI, understanding the patterns, and you want to make sure that okay, I'm doing it right or wrong, you first understand yourself is like okay, you have time to react or not. Like you are about to
Yeah.
hit an accident.
Hmm.
AI says that you're going to collide, and within 2 minutes you got collided, or
Yeah.
within a minute you collided. So
Yeah.
AI is not doing its job as it's supposed to do.
Totally agree. I think that's a very good point. AI should again tell us before that incident happens, not then, like when it's about to happen. So that's a very good point. I mean, that should be I can say like a very good use of AI in a lot of places where, a lot of people churn, like companies are still trying to understand how they have to, like do maximum retention of the client. So I think at that place AI can definitely help. Cool.
And
Hmm.
majorly, if I can add on the top of it, like I want to get a specialization in AI in sales and marketing and GTM, like which is a equivalent one, which is more like a lead generation part.
Hmm.
Sales GTM, which is go to market strategy, and marketing is a place. If anyone like from the other side, if you're looking into it and the viewership, I would say that this is a place where it's growing niche, and if you are able to do that from your end, please do it, invest on that time, because that is a place where your real value for money is going to be visible. And people are talking about AI in everywhere. Like today I was reading on one article, AI has been used for developing hardware. Like all of us are talking about softwares, AI is going to do this. Now there was one of the AI, like I was reading today, like in one of the paper publication, that it will, you talk to it saying that I want to build a Bluetooth, it will give you a circuit design, and you say it to be like okay fine, you have the circuit design right now, but
Hmm.
I want to do it in below $20.
Oh,
It will able to give it, and
yeah.
you say that okay fine, I want to 3D print it, it will print for you. Or else if you say that I want a nearby buyers where I want to purchase, it will give you a sellers.
Right.
You do it and you are able to build your own Bluetooth, or maybe your own drone, own automobile aspect.
Yeah.
That is a place where people like find niche.
Hmm.
Like you will not be like, for example, if someone would have talked to me, like, where do you want to invest? Don't go with the mob. Like, okay, everyone are building this wrappers, I'll go and build wrappers or
Hmm.
invest on that. But if you feel to find niche in hardware, do that, because no one is doing it in India. It was done in China. If you're
Hmm.
able to do it in India, and this has been something like if you have like 1,000 users using it, still that is a very big point. Like how do you actually make their life easier in circuiting?
Right, right. Thanks. Thank you so much for adding that part. So, I just have one more question around this tool. So, PRD is a very hot term because of AI as well, that product manager has to create those PRDs. But I have seen that some organizations actually don't follow that process. Every company has its own different kind of I can say process that has been set up for product managers. But if I talk about specifically AI, then how PRDs are getting impacted with the AI?
I was talking to with my mentor Ankur Kathor from Microsoft, Group Product Manager. So we had this discussion previously. I was trying to actually look a little bit into like we were having this debate.
Mhm.
Like I was just mentioning to him, saying that Ankur, I'm actually teaching them PRDs. Then he was like, Akshay, I think is it not the right time to stop talking about PRDs. Then I was like, why not? Like, why can't we have a product requirement document? Then the same debate happened with us. We're saying that with AI coming in, every week the models are changing. Every
Right.
week some or other aspects are being updated. How do you actually look into the PRDs being reflecting that on a real-time basis? Then we use this terminology called repository, which we said that what is PRD for the people who don't understand? I wanted to say product requirement document, which is like PRD is like product requirement document, which is a document which is a static one.
Right.
But right now, the overall things are moving on so fast that you can't have a static document to it. You need a repository. What does the repository do? It will be added with the user feedbacks are added to it regularly. Your AI models are added to it. So I personally feel like not to like say that PRD is dead and these terms you would have said in LinkedIn, but I would say that still we require a product requirement document in the repository, which is like a product requirement repository, PRR. So where you have this repository is being updated on a real-time basis with the customer related queries, informations, testimonials, and also product related enhancements, AI related enhancements that are happening in a regular basis. And how do you do? Because for example, if in a product requirement document, if I write saying that, okay, let's use uh, table 5 and suddenly US government have banned it
Yeah.
and you feel okay fine, should I change the requirement now? Okay, let me do like that, and then I'll go back to product requirement document. I'll change it to, let's say, Opus
Mm.
4.5, and suddenly I see that Opus has launched 5. And now you are like, okay, fine. Now should I change the document again? And
Mm.
you go back again. Now something like, for example, the model that you have taught, trained everything. The model is something absolute.
Mm.
Now you want to do it. With AI world, the requirements are changing dynamically
Right.
and the changes are happening week on week basis. It's not just about model, it's about the user.
Mm.
For example, I'll give you this example, which is very relevant at this point of time. I wanted to build uh, a mainly like a digital wardrobe, and I prepared a product requirement document. And on a personal friend, we have hired few people. We try to bid it, and the model is getting built. And mid of the model, we saw that Google try on, and we thought like, okay, fine. If you are going to charge a customer, like what is the idea background of it? Like when you're building a digital wardrobe, we want the customers to either able to click their pictures
Mm.
and upload into the digital wardrobe, and all or else they give access to the Google so that we can actually pull in their data from my like Mintra orders, Amazon orders on this, and we store it one place according to the occasion. If they're going for dating, if they're going for date, if they're going to a temple, they're going to different places. There are three options: either it's used, which is like ready to wash, or it's available to keep it, or you want it to be like, for example, how do you want to utilize it, like mainly like in terms of any occasion sort of thing.
Mm. Right.
So if you have these three things, like for example, you have this aspect like either it's in wash stage or ready to use, or you don't have it to use it right moment of time, but you want it like you purchased it already, it's about to deliver. Now according to occasion, if you take a picture of yours, it will show you how you look in that attire with
Mm.
the accessories.
Yep.
Now we thought this was a very interesting idea, worthwhile. Like the term I say that I can bet the dollar on myself on that. When I say can you bet yourself? Yes, I said I can bet it. But when Google Try On first launched into US, then I started to look into it, and then it came into India. Then I thought like the overall experience that Google Try On is doing it, making the digital wardrobe as an absolute idea.
Mm.
Investing on it more would not help us because at the end of the day, Google is solving a bigger problem that during the purchase of Mintra itself, they're able to, like, for example, they're able to attach this link, they're able to view the person, how it looks like.
Yep.
And in terms of shape and size. And Google Analytics is something they have a very good one. So
Yep.
for what I thought, like, let's pivot the idea. Let's not go into this one, keeping in the, and that is a repository that we go into. And we have customer feedbacks that are we are coming on. We prepared a MVP trying to understand customer fit. Reason why I wanted to say about AI product, AI PRDs and everything. Right now, it's all product requirement repositories.
Hmm.
No document repository with all level of detailing. And this I can watch for you, like many a times this is the place where everything is changing up. It should be continuous documentation and files that gets updated, so that your developer could look into it, your marketing team will able to upload it, your sales team will able to verify from there.
Got it, got it. Cool. So, I mean, before we wrap up, just one quick question to you. Like, what one career advice that you can give to all the people aspiring product managers or the aspiring A product managers? So, what can be that one useful advice for all those people?
So I would definitely say this is something I got a like a mentoring for, like, because I always say who am I is like a combination of my mentors. Choose your mentors wisely.
Yep.
Don't listen to everyone. Like,
Hmm.
this was the advice that I got it from one of my mentor, and also a brother who always well wished about me. He said that choose your mentors rightly.
Hmm.
Don't, like, everyone are not like all mentors or all seniors are not well wishers of you.
Hmm.
They don't know you. So you try to choose someone who actually can guide you on that specific career. And it need not be someone for lifetime, but for example, if you want to become a AI product manager, or you want to become a salesperson, or you want to become entrepreneurs, find that one person who you want to be, reach out to you, nurture your growth, nurture with them. So many a times I feel that talking once will not become a networking. Let me keep that. And this was one advice that I got it. Like, you have to nurture the relationship. If you know someone else, try to make sure that you have something to give to them. It could be as small as testimonial, or maybe as good as like having a referral to someone else. That will give a mutual place to have give and take. It cannot be always about taking from someone else for mentoring. So
Hmm.
the one advice, like, I have a couple of them, which one would be more like choosing right mentor. Make sure that you nurture the relationship on the top of it. Second thing, which is there, which was more like, which I learned it, like, mainly in a hard way, which I can say. It's more related to that. Things are tougher, and it will get tougher. Only
Hmm.
tough people will stay back. So the same thing, like, things are getting tougher does not mean that you should say that, okay, fine, it's unfair world. Like, because I do free mentoring for a lot of students, and I feel that they are like, at this point of time, they are like, see, I've done everything, like, some other like, they compare with other people,
Hmm.
and they say that, okay, fine, he's landed in Google without no talent, and they try to compare with different other aspects. So I personally feel that, see, everyone has an own journey. You never know what happened in the back end. It might be luck, it might not be, he was working on, no one knows. But you are the person who has to ride your own journey. So at that point of time, I personally feel that don't give up on yourself. Try to learn, upskill yourself. If you want to be a product manager, try to make sure you get the resources accordingly. Try to gather the resources, try to get the mentors accordingly, so that this will help you towards that journey. May
Hmm.
not immediately, but definitely you'll get into it, because after changing the multiple domains, right, it's here where you have like restriction that I'm in sales, I can't
Yeah.
go out of sales. I'm in consulting, I can't come into product management. I'm in AI product manager, I can't get into maybe entrepreneur, I can't be an
Hmm.
entrepreneur. So it's just in your mind. You just need to explore a little bit further.
Got it. Thank you so much, Akshay. And I will share Akshay's detail in the description. So you can go and check out his profile. You can reach out to him as well on LinkedIn and other links that I'm going to share. So audience can feel free to check out the details of Akshay. So I think that was a really insightful session for our audience. So thank you so much, Akshay, for your time. And definitely we will connect again soon.
Definitely, Rupinder. And I wanted to show something related to AI tools and how to use it, Gen AI vibe coding, to build agents, and also a little bit more towards no coding of building workflow automation for your day-to-day work. It's not just about like AI sort of thing. Like, I wanted to say that your work currently, you might do any work.
Hmm.
You can make it productive, make it automated, and make sure that you don't, like, for example, if you can increase your current work with 10 to 15 percentage of automations to get your that 10 to 15% of work time back, you can use it on something that you like, something
Yep.
that you're passionate. So that's something we'll try to cover in next one, so that
Yep.
everyone can relate to it in terms of like product managers or maybe any employees at automating their emails, or maybe trying to see like how do they use Jira in a different way. so that the creating, like for example, creating a PRD, as we were talking, right?
Hmm.
Now AI is able to create PRD for themselves.
Yep.
Now you have to, you just know like what is your context. So that is the reason where I said context engineering comes into picture. So we'll discuss on that one, like prompting context, how to do that to get
Yep.
what you
Yep.
want.
Cool. Cool. Sure. Cool. Thank you so much, Akshay. Yep.
Thank you, Rupinder. Thanks for taking time.